It's wild energies right now. I had to reset. I was going to do the live stream outside today, but the wind is out of control and needed to concentrate. We have the return of the whiteboard and the WFD. There is a massive Ascension Purge that is happening that many people across the world are feeling. You're feeling it emotionally. And one of the things that we're going to discuss, and we will break it down in a world famous diagram today. You will have a lot of pain in the bone. So we're going to be breaking down the spine today. A lot of the a lot of times, we do feel it in the organs and in the muscle, but what are we actually experiencing? And, so many people are experiencing this very, very intense moment that we're in. And this moment is a purge. So, what we see in the world, we're witnessing a total purge in the world. You could see, physical structures, concepts, people, right? But there's also a purge in the body. And that's what we all have to focus on today. What is being purged from our energy centers? Little Sunshine is already writing that she feels it in the tailbone. Okay, we're going to be talking all about these things that people are feeling across the world. Very important energy update. Okay, the spiritual scientist is here to share what's going on. A lot of people are learning about this. A lot of this cannot be swept under the rug anymore. You need to address what's happening because, all right, if you're going to move forward, you have to drop and purge what's not coming with us. And a lot of, what we have been dealing with, it's there from society. It's there from the previous version of yourself. It's here from all of the traumas that we've all been through in a post-2020 world. And, your whole life, you never were able maybe to have an experience, and now it's time for that experience. And you will never be able to sustain the experience. I discuss manifestation, truthful quantum manifestation on this channel. You could get a Band-Aid, you could get a blip, but for sustained experiences, you have to change at a frequency. And the root, we're going to get into the root, and we're going to be discussing the creation, the sacral. The sacral energy is so important. When you look into modern society, the sacral energy has been hijacked, really. And we're going to be talking about unconditional love, not transactional love, in this beautiful video that we have waiting for all the empaths that are there. So sit back, relax. I know you're in a lot of pain. We're all in a lot of pain. I have seen the pain shift in the past 24 hours. I'll be sharing. So what did you do, Uncle Mike? I'll be sharing about this. Leaving the ego at the door is so important. Leaving the ego at the door is so important because we must go through it. I appreciate everyone getting on. Very grateful if you click the like button in the now moment. It allows others to get this notification. And I had to totally switch the setup. That was record time. Lily is still outside. The wind was, the other day was very motivational, but I need to be able to concentrate. And though I do like being outside, especially, I'm filming this. This is Sunday, right? It's a beautiful Sunday sermon. I like to be out in nature as much as possible. But, you can't deal with the distractions of the wind sometimes. So here we are. Okay. So what we're experiencing right now is the mass ascension purge across all continents, across all people. You might be seeing me for the first time. How you doing? Okay. And what we want to focus on in today's lesson is the base energy center, and we're really focusing on the spine. So there is a lot of pain, a lot of energy that is building up, and we feel it in the spine. Grammy Sue, thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you for reminding us all of who we really are and what we are here to do. Very grateful for the super chat. Beautiful comment. All right. So one of the things that I've shared years ago, and it is a synchronicity that it is out. It's coming out in the movies. It's a great return. When I started this on YouTube, this ain't my first rodeo. If you see me for the first time, I said they depicted this in He-Man. Remember He-Man, Masters of the Universe, and the lightning and the electricity came down and it goes through the spine, right? So, but in reality, right, we don't just turn right into the superhero. Sometimes there's a tremendous amount of pain. You could raise your hand if you're in the chat right now. You have a lot of pain in your spine, right? There's a lot of shifts, but it's making us become the superhero, because in order to embody the superhero, we must leave the former self. We're not connected. We're not connected to the old system any longer. Right? But for years and years and years, all right, it is time to exit the matrix. And in order for us to exit the matrix, there has to be a great change that is happening on the inside. But I feel a lot of pain, Uncle Mike. Well, you might ask yourself the question, Mr. D, do you have a world-famous diagram to show us what is going on inside of my spine right now? You might ask yourself that question. Oh, yes, I am. I am fully sober. I have it right here. Okay. I used to do that with the kids years ago. All right. So here we go. We're on the board here. All right. So we have, you might see this diagram in a museum someday. Okay. My artwork is top notch. Okay. You will see it. I know I'm live filming this, so it kind of films in the mirror image. So you know, if you're having a little trouble, look at the thumbnail, and I will post the picture and more details on Facebook later today. Okay, let's go on the thing. So here we go. We have the beautiful spine image, right? I got my artwork skills here. And we're feeling pain in three regions of the spine. So we got the lumbar, the sacrum, and the coccyx, okay? Also known as the tailbone, okay? So, but this is also representing the solar plexus chakra, the sacral chakra, and the root chakra. So if you have your lumbar, that's actually your solar plexus. Now, you also can be feeling it in your stomach right now, but is it like Leonardo da Vinci? I appreciate that, Sean. I'm like Leonardo today. Okay, so here we go, back on the board here. The lumbar, right, in the spine, okay, and we're really just focusing on the bottom here, right? And you might have shifts in your heart, in your throat. You got to speak your truth, right? But the pain that many people are feeling right now. So even though the solar plexus is associated with the stomach, you will feel it in the bottom five, okay, in your lumbar, okay. You are going to feel it in that sacrum, which is actually a pump. And we have to be pumping out the pleasure right now. We have to be pumping out the creation. And sometimes that pump needs to get restarted. So that's your sacral region, okay? And if you look at the actual human terms or the physical terms, it's the sacrum. And then the coccyx, right? The coccyx, the tailbone, is the root, okay? How many people are in the chat right now and you feel excruciating pain? Pump it up, pump it up. Now, I appreciate that, Shorpus. we do jokes here live on the air. We have a tremendous community as I read the chat. Okay, so look at here at the beautiful spine that's in tremendous amount of pain. So you got your lumbar, which is representing the solar plexus. And we're not living in survival mode anymore, ladies and gentlemen. We are not in survival mode, ladies and gentlemen. Your sacrum, your sacral energy, okay? You are supposed to feel pleasure. There's a lot of gaslighting and this energy, which is the birth of creation, all right? I want you to think about this. At the end of the day, when I shared regret is worse than failure, what are the ideas? What are the ideas at the end of the day? Say you ended your life. You're in review mode. The ideas that you never acted on. There's beautiful ideas that must be pumped out into the world. And this pump it's got to shoot up. It's got to shoot up that energy, right? So a lot of times we just think that the thought process is just coming from the brain, but when we take the body as a whole, and now we're looping this, some people understand the chrism, and when this sacred secretion is going up and down the spine, all of a sudden we are giving birth. Okay, I shared it. Real men give birth. Okay, so you have to give birth to your ideas into the reality. Okay, Tesla did this. All right, so now you could feel that there's a tremendous amount of energy riveting through it. So just like how when the electricity went down into He-Man, okay, we don't just turn right into the superhero sometimes. Sometimes we have to be recalibrated. Sometimes the pump needs to prime, all right? And then the coccyx, right? The tailbone, and then the root chakra, okay? You're not living a life in fight or flight anymore. So let's go back. We're not living a life in fight or flight. We are unconditional love, pleasure, not transactional. Stop paying for it, those that are on OF. Wake up. Hit the like button for the weak beta male to wake the TF up. You got to wake up. You love this channel. Right now, I just teach the truth about spirituality, right? So you got to have unconditional love. You got to start pumping that juice real hard, kid, so you could pump it up or you could pump it other ways as well. But this is actually a pump in the spine. And this sacrum has to keep pumping, and sometimes it gets stuck, right? Why does it get stuck, Uncle Mike? Because there's gaslighting, there's shaming in society, and you got to get up today. You got to start pumping this energy up the spine and then the lumbar, right? Oh my God, my lower back, right? Because I got anxiety, I got fear of the future. So now when you have the whole base energy system here, this has got to come back online. This has got to come back online right now, and that's why you feel this pain. Now, you could feel the and you're gonna feel it into your hips as well, and then you feel it into the muscles. You might have water retention, but this whole system. We're done with the Archon crap. Chris Mason 777. Let's flood the video with 777s today because your rewards are here. And we have to get our rewards for what we're birthing, pumping that sacred juice, baby. And we're birthing what we have been creating. You're not being shamed. You're not being shamed anymore for what you want to create on this earth. This is a beautiful world-famous diagram to teach the world what you're feeling in your spine. So many people have been resonating over the past few days, so we have to get this out to the people today. Celestial Stuccio, thank you so much for the super chat. I'm very grateful for the support. I love you. Thank you so much. Chat is blowing up right now. Sometimes the chaos, I went outside, the wind was blowing. I said, I have to redo my setup right now. Okay. This is what, so in life, we live in the quantum. So I had to do it this way. So This is what happens in life, all right? Everyone's got a plan, and then the energies are rocking and rolling right now. So when the energies are rocking and rolling through your spine, all right, and you also might feel it in your actual stomach, but we're really focusing on the bone today. And the pain might go literally right through the bone up into the teeth. That's how much pain there is. But the pain is the Heinrich metamorphosis, because you're shifting at an energetic level. Okay? You feel like you don't have support. You lived your life. Even myself, we've all been through this. But this is what refines us. It refines us. And now you could support yourself. Now, I'm going to be a creator being. I'm not going to be an NPC bot, a cog of the matrix. I'm not going to be in survival mode anymore. Tremendous. And you're supported by universe. You're supported by God. But there was a big change that had to shift. Celestial Gatekeeper, thank you so much for the super chat. The old Matrix game is over, Gatekeeper, absolutely. Okay. So when you are feeling and that's why a lot of people are resonating with it, not that it's so great to feel this pain, but this is connecting us globally right now. When even I'm getting comments from people in Australia that's feeling this. So this can't be spiritually bypassed. This has to be addressed. And you want to shift these things along. Okay? So, you right now, there's a lot of spiritual bypassing. You say, I've never seen a channel like this. I've never seen a leader like this before when it comes to the spiritual communities. Nobody can save you but you. You know, in the past few days going through this and feeling this, and that's why you have this tremendous pain in the world, okay? It's always about you. It's you. You will prevent yourself from not birthing what you want to birth into this. It's just gaslighting. I did a very powerful video. It's just the truth. During these moments, this is, and people have been on this channel. Some people are new today. This is year one, the year of the fire horse. This is the most important moment in the history of humanity. Well, why is that? Doesn't seem like much is going on. Because you're giving birth to something. I've seen this many times. So during this process, the NPCs of the world, they're going to pop up and talk you out of, oh, you're listening to this? You're listening to this? You're listening to this? Right? You're listening. So in your intuition, in the past 24 hours, people have been reviewing my talk on instincts and intuition. So if your instincts is saying, yeah, I need this information that Michael is putting out, I feel it in my soul that this is important to me, and I need to move forward with my life, and I need to give birth to something that is an idea, and I have to walk the walk without in survival mode, right? And I'm going to be supported by the universe, and the wealth is coming in now, right? And I'm able to support myself because most people in this world don't care about you. Let me talk to you, kid. You know, there's a great man that studied Jesus. His name is Neville Goddard. I did a video, and people didn't understand at first glance. What do you mean no one cares about you? Okay. In life, you're going to go out into the world, and you're concerned. No one actually cares about you. So just do you, kid. That's why all this shame, all this in the sacral, in the root, in the guilt, and the shame. It's got to go, son. It's got to go, girl. It's got to go right now. So it is going. This is the purge. Do you understand the lesson? This is the purge. It's got to purge out right now. No one cares. Life does not stop. You know, the normies of the world, there were people that will bypass this. But you're taking time to stop right now. You're taking the time. Now, in life, until you actually post your post, until you actually put your idea pen to paper, until you stop running and go over and proclaim your love for someone, it will never happen. So there is work, planting seeds, and then resting. There's a lot of people that get into the spiritual derangement syndrome. I like to call it. It's a spiritual derangement syndrome, SDS. They have SDS. I'm going to put it on a vision board. I'm going to sit here and think about it, and nothing ever comes of it. So, but in reality, right, there's a balance in life. I teach balance on this channel. You could click subscribe if you want to live your life in balance. So that means that there's got to be a moment, because when you proclaim your love for a second to push through the fear, now you have that man could be for the rest of your life. Brother, once you say I'm gonna do my work, I'm not gonna be concerned with the gaslighting, and then all of a sudden, boom, it sticks. Now you have a vocation, which means that you're driven by your soul to do the work. It's not a job. It's a vocation, and now you're able to do this for the rest of your life. So there has to be that there's an actual physical thing, an actual work that you have to do. For the spiritual bypassers out there. And then once you did it, now you could just sit back and watch the love blossom, watch the work blossom, watch whatever it is blossom. But there's something that has to be birthed today. And that's that sacrum, that's that pump. Now there are actual movements. When it's so intense right now, you actually, the pump actually feels like it doesn't want to move. And so you have to know thyself. And then you do some stretches. There are physical things that you could do, the grounding in nature. And one of the things that you can't do is get into the ego at this time. You know, like, for example, you will experience that we hold water in the midset when the solar flares, the energy is high. It's just a natural thing of our body to hold more water. The process must go through. So from my own lens, right, it's like I have a mix. I've shared this before, a mix of abs, and then I see like this little water bloat at the same time. So what I don't do is go into the ego and so I got to take fat burners and all this other stuff. I allow the process to take place like this. You got to go like this, bro. Go like this. It's not always about the image. I've been sharing this for years. Ascension comes first. Ascension comes first. So that means you got to go through the pain. We have to do the movements. We have to do the grounding, which means barefoot in nature. I'm gonna go on the treadmill and put my rubber soles on, and I'm gonna calculate the calories. Burning the calories ain't gonna save you, girl. Barefoot on the ground. Even if you're just sitting barefoot on the ground. I did the full video recently. When I'm walking, and that bone, so we are discussing the bones today. You're going to learn a lot on this channel if you're new. So that bone, when you're hitting that earth floor, that bone is sending what's called piezoelectricity through you. And you have to realize that we're electrical before we're chemical. Most people in mainstream society go backwards. Give me the chemical fix. But if you actually take the energetic lens, the electrical lens first, make that your top priority. That's what I do. People are asking me, I'm giving you the answer, and it's a lifestyle. I make the electrical current the top priority. The lack of stress, which is the number one cause of dis-ease, cortisol. That's why I made those authentic videos. You can't fat burner this stuff away. The cortisol must leave the body, because then when you start doing all that stuff, you're actually making more cortisol in the body. That cortisol's got to come out now. And that's why I just put up a brand new YouTube short. You'll check it out if you haven't seen it yet. You go back to that nervous system. You go back to that nervous system. This is how we authentically become superheroes. And we don't just become superheroes like, oh, sometimes we have to detox and purge. So on my journey, there are times where I have to tap into autophagy, which means I got to lose weight, which means I got to leave the ego at the door. This is how we, because we're not supposed to age. And then when we do the autophagy and we're leaving the density of the past, the old cell parts, get them out, not just accumulating. And then when we get down to the bone, which we're feeling today, very important update, because you will feel that tremendous amount of pain riveting through you, okay? I just see a lot of new people just came on. I appreciate if you hit the like button as we continue this lesson today. Stacy M, thank you so much for the super chat. Awakening the dead bones. Stay blessed, absolutely. And that sacrum pump must wake up. And it is waking up. And it might have been stuck for a while. Why did it get stuck? Because people gaslit you. People try to emasculate you. People try to put you in fear. Always remember 80-20, if you're the divine feminine or the divine masculine, you will have certain archetypes that will pop up to affect you in a certain way. You also want to be very focused on the psoas muscle at this time, which also wraps around, right? Those organs down there, psoas muscle. And the stretching, the training. So again, the training doesn't mean you have to lift, got to go heavier with the weight, but in our lives, we have to get the movement, because if the movement, we always have to have the movement. One of my original videos on this channel, the waters of the body need to flow. That's why you're pumping the blood. That's why we have to pump that that sacred secretion, brothers. Got to pump it. Pump up the jam. Pump it up while your feet up. Right? Valentine writes, her coccyx bone just popped. Thank you, Michael. People have said I'm the organic awakener. Just look at the screen. Maybe your bones will start. So last night I've been doing some stretching, and I feel it actually just went on its own, not while I was actually doing the stretch. So we have to do the stretching. We have to do the stretching. We have to do the grounding. We have to make hydration. She's a part of life. It doesn't matter if it... Okay, that's enough. Hydration. We have to hydrate properly. So what does that mean? That means Uncle Mike goes to the supermarket, buys the bag of lemons, comes home, takes the spring water, right? Slices the lemon, squeezes the lemon into the spring water. Down the hatch it goes. Down the hatch. There goes the lemon water. There goes the hydration. Spring water, lemon, so some people also add salt to that. For me, I just salt my food pretty decently or heavily, so I don't need to add the salt to my spring water and lemon, but some people also do the salt, right? Carla's writing it right now. And then you eat the foods that resonate with you. Gave a very powerful talk, okay? I appreciate that, Archives. Who's that? Archie, I appreciate that. Appreciate all the new people coming on today. Appreciate you. Smash the subscribe button. I appreciate that very much. All right. So, and that's what I'm trying to show people. Like, even though it could be a painful experience, you have to have fun with this. Don't you want to have fun? Don't you want to have fun with life? Don't you want to be a creator? So just like going back to the beginning of the lesson, that's how I go my lessons. I go full circle. When I was younger, and that was it's so important that, which is actually the feminine energy, the creative energy, and it was Masters of the Universe. And my nana heard me say, "Oh, master, I'm master of the universe, baby," right? And I was running around the house like He-Man, right? But that's life. We have to get in tune. Who do we have to get? Who do we have to talk to, Uncle Mike? Who is the guru? Who is the guru that we have to worship? Who is going to save us, Uncle Mike? I'm going to tell you the person that you have to meet today. You have to meet this person today. Anyone that's watching me knows that I am in full contact with this person. You're in full contact with this person, Uncle Mike. Who is the guru, Uncle Mike? Who is going to save us? Who is the answer? It's your inner child. It's your inner child. The simplest things in life are made so complicated by this demented society. I appreciate if everyone hits the like button today. We're helping millions of people. It's your inner child. The inner child that had the dreams. The sacrum, right? That's sacral energy. It goes beyond just the sexual energy, right? But that's your creative juices. But it's that idea, those ideas. You had these ideas. You were doing these things when you were a kid, and then negative things knocked you down. That's why we keep saying you got to protect the children. You were the child. You were the child that was beaten down mentally, and then you said, "I got to fit into the matrix way." The creative adult is the child that survived. I did it, kid. I did it. The creative adult is the child that survived. So it's really the essence. It doesn't mean, but the fun that you have, the creativity that you have. Everyone's putting a power outside of them. But these are the things that last the test of time. Right now in this world, in this society, there is a massive ascension purge that is riveting through people, and it must leave the body. And this is what it actually looks like. Every day I show up with the truth. That no one's going to save you. No guru can save you. No one can ascend for you. You have to go through it. What is happening right now is a reset. And when that base energy region, that base energy center is recalibrated, which is your foundation, this is how you exit the matrix. Exit the matrix today. Exit the matrix today. Exit the matrix today. You exit the matrix. You will have these energies. It's basic science. In this world, it's a world of the fake gurus of the world, you know. But it's really simple. Because people don't want to take, I don't like that. It's called accountability. Accountability. So if I am taking this motivational talk of accountability, how do I connect it to real, actual science? Energy is the ability to cause change. Focus on the word ability. So now this energy is here. Now it's riveting through you. And in the video that I shared, timeline windows close. The energy is here. You were able to do it, but you did nothing. You left it in your body. You left it in your body as potential energy, but you never put it out to kinetic energy. You never actually did it. At the end of the day, at the end of the life, are you going to have regrets? Because regret is worse than failure. The ideas that you never acted on. When we're sharing about our intuition and our instincts, the love that you never acted on, and it eats you up on the inside. All of these things actually eat you up. These are the things in life. And I've seen, and anything that was major, that's why I am successful, right? I teach you how to be successful. You could click subscribe. When it was important, like there's little things in life that, and these are the teaching tools that taught me. And then if I sat with regrets, if I didn't make the move, I go in my time machine in my brain and say, well, imagine if I never made the move, if I never did what my heart was telling me. And if I missed any one of those quantum shifting points, which are a real thing, we are at a major quantum shifting point. This is a mass ascension for humanity right now. So at this juncture in life, are you going to sit there with regrets? Or are you going to get TF up and actually act on these things? Because it will eat you up for the rest of your life. The rest of your life. And every single time that I had one of those major points, there was a lot of fear, ladies and gentlemen. There was a lot of fear. But I had to fight. I had to fight through the fear. This is what it means to be a light warrior. Are you a light warrior? That's why you're here. Are you a spiritual bypasser? You're probably going to bypass this video. You'll love this channel. I got catchphrases. No, they bypass the video. They can't hear it. Oh, I have to take responsibility and accountability. Woo! It's the answer. This shift that we're going through is about balance. The balance, whether you look at a scientific, that's why God tasked me with this, the science teacher, that is the spiritual leader, right? It's hemisync in science. It's hemisync in science. It's balancing the divine masculine and the divine feminine attributes in spirituality. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. And in this world of labels and everything separate, you got to bring it together. Come on in. Bring it together. And and when you look at the world, it's just the way it is. It's the way it is in the United States. That's why it's falling apart right now. Union never happened. Separation. But when union happens, when unconditional love, not transactional love, there's a tremendous amount of transactional love. But when it's unconditional love, it literally reverberates and it just destroys all the old matrix timelines. It's a true story. Cliff, thank you so much for the super chat. Cheers to you, brother. I love you. So in our life, we are at one of those pivotal moments. This is the great Ascension Purge that is happening, that cannot be denied because you're feeling it. And one of the things that I've always noticed, whether it's here on the channel, people I meet in life, and they're not really well versed on these things, but when they start, and I'm like, I don't even know them, and I'm like rattling off exactly how they're feeling and what so those are called ascension symptoms. Remember that we hold emotions in our body. Remember that each and every one of our lives' journey is unique. So we don't have the same, we have in a window of time where we're going through an energy, but our experience is not going to be exactly the same. My life's not your life, right? But we're going in this direction. So that's how we have to present it to the world. Don't sit there because this person is, you can't be Captain Literal Man. You can't be Captain Literal Gal. You will be lost with this massive shift that's happening. I appreciate that, Midge. Okay. So really focus on the relief that you have. Again, there's the physical stretching. There's all these things that you can do, and they are supporting it. I'm telling you the answer, and once again, people will do nothing. I know they won't. The true pain and shift only goes away when in this real, actual world. Not the fantasy world where you're just scared and it's just in your head. It's on your vision board. Make a vision board. Oh, this person's my love, but it's only in another reality. You will continue to feel this pain until you do it. I'm telling you. There are light warriors that made it all the way through, but maybe someone is a little nervous to make the leap, a little nervous to take the ascension journey. See, this human resonance is going to keep rising. That sun is going to keep blasting away. This is your opportunity. This is your everyday life. And at the end of the day, for anyone that wants to bypass this, one day when you wake up after the solar flash, you'll know that evolution has passed you by. That was a good one. It's time. It's a time of wonders, absolutely. The chat is going by very fast. I love you. There's a lot of new people. You like that, Alistair? I appreciate you. I love everyone. And it is time. It is time. And it's time to take ownership of your everyday life. It's time to switch off NPC mode and turn on creator mode. And you got to rise up. I have the power. We are masters of the universe, and if you're able to focus and channel this chi energy, this is chi energy that's in our body. This is the chi energy, and we're masters of the universe now. Now we start to create. Now we start putting and birthing something out into the world. Now we start bringing in the love of our life, the real unconditional love of the life, not the transactional love. Do it now. What you feel in your body is the answer. It cannot be bypassed. It cannot be bypassed. You must walk through the fire. If this was easy, some people, listen carefully, because you know it's a biblical time. Not everyone can walk through the eye of the needle. Are you ready? So I appreciate each and every one of you. A lot of people are feeling this. They're feeling the pains, the depression. There's a lot of emotion that's coming up. but know that this is the mass ascension purge, and it is happening now. And this information is going to help you. Some people came on the live a little bit late. You could watch the replay, go over the diagram, understand what the energies in each part of the body. So the organs will feel it, like even the solar plexus, the stomach, but it's actually, there's a part of the spine. And you're going to feel this tension. You're going to feel this pain, this pressure, but what comes out of the pressure is the beautiful diamond. I love each and every one of you. We're leaving a totally compromised reality and society. The videos will pop up here if you did not watch them yet at the pinned comment. Check out yesterday's short. We're moving forward. We are entering a brand new season. Click subscribe. We have a big one tomorrow, baby, because it is the start. You know it. So I appreciate all of you. Some people have been part of the journey. Some people are new. All right. So, and we have a great community here. And leave the comments down below if you are feeling this in the base energy center, because it helps other people. When it gets really intense, it does assist us. It does assist us going through the changes. I love each and every one of you. I am the defender of our everyday lives. No matter what comes your way, light warriors, just keep going. I love you guys very much. Check out the videos. New post on Facebook. I'll post it also, the diagram on Facebook later today. Patreon, TikTok, all those things. Utilize the hashtag OurEverydayLives. It's time to change the world, baby. It's time to change the world. And we change the world by changing on the inside. Because the world is fake. But the only thing that's real is what's inside of you. I love you guys very much. Bye for now.